Good afternoon, everybody. What is today? Wednesday? Oh, yes, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm flying to Utah to see Josh and his family. So that'll be fun, except I'm having to get up very early in the morning to get to the airport on time. We'll talk about that. Maybe you'll see me at the airport tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see if I do a Facebook Live. So today I was going to talk about, or I am going to talk about, anxiety and the placebo effect. And I've noticed that through my life something worked for a while and didn't. I remember being a child and my parents taking me to the doctor because my guts were always so upset whenever I got stressed. And he said, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. He gave me this medicine. And, I was happy, happy, happy. I had a diagnosis. I had a treatment. I was so happy. And it seemed to work for a while. And then, of course, it didn't. And I always wondered why. And that wasn't the only time that happened. I had rules, and you probably make up rules or superstitions where it's not going to happen if I do this. Mine originally was if I'm 15 minutes from home or less, it's not going to happen. So it falls in the category of placebo help. I saw a question the other day, and the question was, how long does it take for Xanax to work? And this was one of the groups that has lots of, tens of thousands of people who have anxiety disorder. And I kept seeing, I'd see 30 minutes, I'd see 45, I'd see an hour, but I kept seeing like 5 minutes. And it's interesting because although I did look this up to see if it was possible, I find that really hard to believe because the delivery system for taking Xanax, if it's injected, that's totally different. Like when I've had surgery, they give me Dilaudid for the pain, and it's an IV that's in your arm because it can work very quickly. And in just maybe 2 minutes, you can feel this because it goes directly in the blood. But 5 minutes, for Xanax to work, and some people was 15. Now, statistically or whatever, what I looked up, it was 15 to 30 minutes was kind of average. For me, I really don't notice it a lot until around 40 minutes. I think Josh, it's like 25. But the fact is, you've got to get it in your mouth. You got to get it down your throat. You got to get it in your stomach. It has to dissolve. It's very fast dissolving. And then your body has to pull it out and put it into your blood and then go to your brain. And 5 minutes is extremely unlikely. So why would people be saying 5 minutes, 5 minutes? Well, I'm guessing, but it's very likely that it's the placebo effect, which is a wonderful thing that our body has. And importantly, it is part of caring for people and helping them feel better. The placebo effect actually involves changes in the brain chemistry. And as I said, it's part of good medical care. And if you have a good doctor and you feel really comfortable and you believe what they say, you're going to get more benefit. If you don't like the doctor, you don't think you're going to get benefit, you're less likely to have it. So the fact is that if a person expects or believes they're going to get a favorable response, it is more likely that they will. What's interesting is, a lot of tests that they do, they use dummy pills and they use fake medical equipment. And interestingly, people have a placebo effect from those. In other words, there's a higher percentage that will feel something, or a percentage that will feel something, or a good response from getting that treatment. But also, it depends on the care and attention that they get while they're getting it. There was a study of IBS, which is kind of a catch-all phrase that doctors use. IBS is when they don't understand what's going on. It's usually alternate diarrhea, constipation type thing. There's a lot of it that goes on with people with anxiety. And by the way, we think we know why we have what we think is anxiety. But anyway, in this study, they gave the people a placebo. It was a fake acupuncture. In other words, they had the instrument to put the needle in, but it was fake. It was withdrawn. So when it went to the skin, it didn't puncture the skin. So it wasn't real. And still, 44% of people said they felt better. But if you combine that with someone who was caring and attentive, and they had an empathetic interaction with the person that was doing it, 62% of people reported symptoms were better. The question is why? And the research has shown that the brain releases natural pain-relieving substances called endorphins when people in pain studies get a placebo. So they've documented that this chemical actually gets released even when it's a placebo. And interestingly, I found this really interesting, even when they tell people that this is a placebo, 20% of the people will get more effective treatment than when there's no treatment at all. They'll get more effective response. Isn't that interesting? So I think it's why having a loving spouse, a friend, a mother, somebody with you when you're sick or when you have anxiety, it makes you feel better. You're more confident. You release these energies. And I think that some people actually lay on the hand, so to speak, and make people feel better. My brother swears that that's true about me and that he's known this since he was a child. And if he was sick, if he could just get to me, he knew that I would help him feel better. So just knowing it is going to cause the placebo effect in him. But anyway, I think there's an energy we exchange. But also, prayer would be another way of taking advantage of the placebo effect. If you believe that prayer is going to be helpful, your body actually will make the chemicals that it needs to help you. So interesting. Again, tomorrow I'm flying to see Josh and his family, and I'm hoping that on Friday, Josh and I are going to figure out how to get two people on the screen. If not, maybe he'll just do a session with you. I'll say hi, and he'll do a session. Anyway, look for that because Josh loves to teach. We'll see. And if you guys have questions, be sure to, he'll go on as long as you want, as long as you've got questions. So I will possibly see you at the airport tomorrow, or you'll see me at the airport or on the plane or with the stewardesses or with my seatmates, who knows. And then Friday, it'll be me and Joshua, or Joshua talking to you. So you guys have a wonderful time. I plan on having a lovely little 3 days with my family. I don't get to see them that often, and it's really hard. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.